Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is your host Maverick, and today we're going to be watching Carole and Tuesday episode 16. So, a quick word before we begin. I actually suffered a leg injury these few days. My tore ligament in my knee, so I'm actually on medication right now. The actual, diagnosis, I'm still gonna have to take some time before the hospital is ready. But at least right now, I'm taking painkillers and whatnot. So if I'm a little bit less energetic than usual, I do apologize. But I figured, since I'm bound to my room anyway, since I can't really move anywhere, I might as well continue recording as scheduled. So yeah, anyways, last episode on Carole and Tuesday, I think I've made my point very clear that I didn't really enjoy it that much, though it was nice to see an androgynous character in it. I feel like it didn't really do much in regards to overall story and whatnot. They could have integrated it a little bit better. But anyways, that's in the past now. And right now, well, where are they going to continue going, right? We're 2/3 of the way through the season, and still, it's kind of hard to see what exactly is going to be the end goal here. Yeah, we do know some experts of political happenings, and potentially, my prediction, anyways, is that in the end, these things will be matched together. You know, this kind of hatred and rage and whatnot, propelled by Valerie. Maybe it'll be counteracted by Carole and Tuesday's music, something like that. But as for now, how are we gonna get there? It's hard to say, right? I do think that maybe they're going to be eventually invited into yet another music festival, and this time they'll fare a little bit better than the original that they did. But it's all up in the air for grabs, right? So let's just get into the episode right now. Alrighty, I skipped the opening as usual, and let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. A natural woman. Oh, that's for what? Oh. Single ranking? Yeah. That's... Yeah, that's actually quite trash. It's okay. Well, she has marketing behind her. Oh, South by Southwest. Okay, cool. So they have the same. That's SWSX, right? I mean SXSW, right? Okay, okay. Getting some things from Earth, I see. Copying some of the same festivals and whatnot. Oh, are they gonna form a band yet now? What? What? That's... Are they gonna suck? Well... Hmm. I kind of forgot what this guy was. I know his name is Aaron, right? But what's his role again? Oh, the stalker is this dude? Oh, this is certainly getting creepy. You only need one night. Oh, okay. They're actually good. Flora. Alright, so what's her story now? He was her former manager? Hmm. Like you were doing later as well? Okay. One of those diva types. Like Whitney Houston, Amy Winehouse, that kind. Oh? What kind of... Okay. So she gained fame and fortune, eventually? Are you sure you guys didn't have a fling or something? Hmm. That's... Hmm. Okay. Definitely a lot of real world references. Like the Super Bowl halftime? Or opening, I guess. What's her problem? Certainly seems weak and frail. Is she doing drugs? Aretha Franklin. Sorry, I have no idea what this song is. He's just going like that? Oh yeah, I do think this is part of her, yeah, she mentioned this before. It's also part of her biography in the website as well. Still don't get it. What? But what? Was she tricked by the new label? Oh, that's so sad. I wonder if this is before he met his ex, or after. I think it's before. Let me guess, she's back at the park? Yep, drugs. Well, this is certainly a cautionary tale that's happened many times in history before. Let her go? She chose to go. Well, this is certainly a bit different than the SXSW I've seen. What did I say? Back at the park. Hmm. Dang, this backing band is good. Finally, we have proper arrangement. See, this is all I wished for them to do. Actually, give off proper performances with proper arrangements of their songs. So it seems that the SXSW here isn't quite as big as the one that we know. Oh, cover. Flora song? Hmm. Dang. Hmm. Man, this backing band is actually pro. They've had like one afternoon to play together. Aw. Nice. Okay, okay. I could dig this episode. Right. I'll see you guys in a second. Alrighty, so you know what? Compared to the last episode, I actually quite liked this one. In fact, overall, I did like the story and the setting of this particular episode. First of all, I do like that they go back into sort of like more referencing more musical related stuff, either industry practices or whatnot. You got Flora, who I'm fairly obvious by now is sort of a reference to Whitney Houston. Not completely exact, right? But compared with the fact that she started out singing in live houses and then eventually got into substance use and then eventually lost her voice and whatnot, I could see the sort of parallels to Whitney Houston, as well as some other singers of that era who were on substance use as well. And I like that. It's a cautionary tale. It's something that serves as a good warning for Carole and Tuesday, and at the same time, it sort of justifies their indie decision, right? And I do like how it also ties in with the I believe the ending result, which is that Carole and Tuesday's music can influence people, it can change people, it can inspire people, right? So Carole herself was originally inspired by Flora to take up singing, and now the tables have turned. It's now Carole that's the one inspiring Flora to continue singing again. I do like this kind of generational thing, right? It actually ties in a little bit with what Desmond was saying last episode, how they're each just part of just a link in the overall chain, and so for generation and generation the music lives on, if you will. And it also ties in nicely with what I perceive is going to be the final conclusion, which is using their music to sort of influence some political happenings, if you will. So I did like that part. Also, it's nice that they actually referenced a lot of actual real world stuff in this episode as well, such as Billboard and such as South by Southwest. Now, originally I was actually quite surprised that they were able to directly use South by Southwest, right? Because if you look at the other stuff that they've been doing, they don't necessarily, it's sort of like we can obviously see what it's referencing to, but it's not the exact same thing. Well, I went to the very end, and it seems that they were sort of sponsored, or at least in collaboration with Billboard and South by Southwest, so that is why they were able to use their actual logos within this episode, and that's nice. South by Southwest, I don't know. I'm not gonna harp on too much for that. I guess if you guys do want to learn more about it, you can go read the wiki page or the actual event page or whatnot. It's basically one of the South by Southwest is actually a pretty unique event, if I must say so myself. It's sort of like a gathering of both music and film and tech-related stuff as well. So you got these three different areas or sectors all converging at the same place in Austin, Texas to, do a lot of events and stuff, right? So it is actually quite interesting that they managed to, that they, how should I say it? That they link all these different industries and sectors together. But hey, like I said, it's one of the biggest in the world. They're obviously doing something correct, right? A fun fact about South by Southwest. I've read long ago that, I'm not sure if it's still the same now, but most artists don't actually get paid for playing at South by Southwest. It's basically just, they invite you to come, and if you want to, you can come play, right? If you do want to, so the organizers typically don't actually pay you unless they get some other sponsors, such as some other company or whatnot that specifically wants to do a concert or event with a certain artist. But most of the time, it's the artists themselves that need to pay for lodging and whatnot to play at South by Southwest, which is probably what Carole and Tuesday did as well, considering that they definitely only played on a smaller stage, right? Okay. So I like the references there as well. What else? So I don't know how exactly are we going to go on, right? We already know that this is like sort of like the first step to Carole and Tuesday eventually using their music to influence other people. But what actually are the next steps that they're going to take? Now that Flora is here, I don't know. Maybe Gus is going to decide to set up his own label or something. I guess that's a possibility. But I don't know. I feel like that's a rather low probability of happening. Yeah, I have no idea what they're going to do. Record another single immediately? I'm not sure if they're going to do the same thing twice, though. I do feel like they're probably going to continue to perform at different events and increase their exposure, right? Because that is one of the best ways to increase your exposure. And also why people still want to play at South by Southwest as well, even though they don't get paid, right? So as Gus said, it's definitely a good place for young talent to showcase what they can do and get their music out there. Alrighty, so I feel like that pretty much covers everything about this episode. Oh, I guess one final quick note is in regards to the music that's played this episode, and that, you know, it's definitely it fits my style, my listening preferences a lot better. I did like how Carole and Tuesday's original song, they actually, you know, had a backing arrangement now instead of just having acoustic guitar plus piano plus keyboard. It's quite simple, don't get me wrong, but it's at least something, right? And it does the job. It works. You can definitely see that being the actual arrangement for that track. Same with the cover of a Flora song as well, and yeah, Carole definitely did a good job there. Yeah. I guess that's about all I want to say for this episode. Like I said, I'm sorry that I'm a little bit drowsy right now, so if I miss anything, well, let me know, right? So yeah, that's Carole and Tuesday, episode 16. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.